roaches. Looks like we have another 18 Zerglings on the way for Bly right now, so he may be pumping army to start up some sort of attack here. Do see the level 1 weapons coming out for Tarson. And now Stim going to try to pick off these roaches. So he's able to take down 1 roach, 2 roaches. All these roaches are going to go down. The medevacs, Bly just has no answer for these medevacs. We saw in the second game and in the first game a little bit. Once Tarson was able to get out 3 or 4 medevacs, Bly was just not able to take those down. The only anti-air he has right now is those queens. We see 40 Zerglings coming along for Bly as Tarson was able to focus down that hatchery at the gold. So Tarson doing a good job with these stimmed units and medevacs, doing all the damage that he wants right now. We do see a number of mutalisks coming out, so they could perhaps pick off those medevacs if the Marines are taken down by those banelings. Now we see a Zergling, Baneling, Mutalisk army moving across the map here. They are going to be able to intercept these units, trying to focus down those Banelings. No, the Banelings are going to be doing most of their damage against the Marauders there. So the Marines were saved from those Banelings. Now the Marines can try to focus down these Mutalisks, but just so many Zerglings right now, they are going to get a good surround on these remaining units. Tarson's going to have to pull back, needs to get some units into this bunker immediately to defend against these few Zerglings. He did not lose many of those medevacs there, as the Mutalisks were just trying to focus down the Terran Marines. So it looks like these backdoor rocks did go down, and these Zerglings are going to be creating into Banelings here. So we may see some SCV harass like we saw in the second game from Bly. These Marines did spot those Zerglings though, so if he's smart, he's going to get all of his units up here, try to take down these Banelings. Like to see Micro from these SCVs. Great job here. If these Banelings can be sniped down before they can get to these SCVs, not much damage can be done, especially with that concussive shell. Great job by Tarson limiting the damage to those SCVs by the Banelings. Concussive shell very good against those Banelings, as it slows them down, gives the Terran a chance to kill them before they can get to the SCVs. See, Tarson has created another command center here. He's looking to expand, possibly to the gold. He has not yet taken down those rocks. Looks like he's moving out now with a tank, does have siege tech, and look at 7 medevacs right now. So nothing on the field that can really handle these medevacs for Bly. Just these few Mutalisks, it's not going to be enough to take down the medevacs. If Tarson's able to get his Marine and Marauder count up, he could be in firm control of this game. Bly really needs to pull this one out. He's up against the wall here, down 2-0. So he's got to figure out something that's going to take down the Terran player. Picking off a few reinforcements, as the Terran does have the rally point set out into the middle of the map. It looks like we have more Banelings coming into the back with Mutalisks this time. Not sure what those Banelings are doing. They doubled back. They are going to be lost to those Marines there. Looks like a missile turret well set up here. All those Banelings do a great job taking down all those SCVs. So we see just 50 SCVs for Tarson. Not really sure what he was at before. So we see more SCVs being transferred over, perhaps to this gold. He's trying to take it down now. So many SCVs taken down there. Probably 15 taken down by those Banelings. So if at first you don't succeed, try again. So Bly was able to take them down that time. Now he's done a double expand. 2 hatcheries going up at the gold and the blue minerals here. So he's going to be on 4 bases shortly compared to the 3 of Tarson once he gets this set up. Looks like a missile turret coming down to defend against these Mutalisks. Tarson's done a good job. He's got a choke at the center of this map with these siege tanks. I want to see him produce some more siege tanks here. It looks like they're coming out of the factory. You're going to try to focus down this hatchery. It is going to go down. So Bly just on the 3 bases now. If Tarson's able to get this 3rd base up and running with SCVs, could take this game. Once Tarson gets a number of siege tanks here, I'm not sure that Bly is going to be able to do anything about it. Looks like we have more run by the Zerglings into the base here, taking down that command center. Not sure why it didn't lift off. Aside from that, not much damage there. Just a few supply depots taken down. Looks like Tarson is 144 over 126 right now. See these SCVs migrating over to the gold expansion here. Still got a decent amount of minerals in his natural, and even a few at his main. So one thing is he's not going to be able to get these last about 1,000 minerals at his main, but not a big deal now that he's on this gold expansion. We do see the Zerg player cleaning up a few Marauders that were at this hatchery, down to 18 HP at that hatchery. So if that had gone down, it would have been a huge blow for Bly. Nice job taking out that attack. See quite the army for Tarson right now. Marauders in the front, going to be tanking with that high HP, and then 7 medevacs overhead, going to be able to do a lot of healing as well. Marines, the basic damage dealers in the back, 1-1 upgrades for these units right now. So we see some burrowed banelings. It's going to be a trap set by Bly if Tarson tries to move out. Just so many Zerglings right now. So we see 96 Zerglings, 3 Ultralists out for Bly, 20 banelings as well. So again, nothing anti-air for Bly right now. Do see another command center being created by Tarson. He does have a planetary fortress set up here, but with the Ultralists of Bly, he may be able to take down this planetary fortress if he chooses to. Looks like the tanks are going to move out now. He has 5 tanks. That could be enough to take on these Zerglings. Not sure right now. Looks like he's going to move out and try to take on this gold expansion. Bly does have the watchtower, so he sees this coming. And he was able to take down those banelings. He does have a Raven with him, so he's able to see any burrowed units. Now these tanks need to get into position, need to siege up. Now he cannot allow these Zerglings to get around these tanks. Looks like one tank's going to go down here. Other tanks sieging up in a bad position. They do not have Marauder support here. Marauders and the Marines are in the bank. The tanks are being taken down before they can do much damage against these banelings. Banelings can try and come in, taking down these Marauders in the front. Mostly Marines left in the back. Banelings still rolling in, trying to take down these Marines. If they can get to these Marines, game could be over here as Tarson does not have much left. Good split on those Marines, but the Banelings split as well, and all these Marines are going to go down. Medevacs have nothing to heal right now. Ultralists are pouring in from both directions. Going to try to take down these remaining units here for Tarson. So a bad job positioning the siege tanks. He needed to get them into siege mode quickly there, and they just could not get into siege mode fast enough. Marauders and the Marines were in the back, not supporting the siege tanks, and then the Zerg player was just able to move in with those Zerglings, get a great surround, and these Ultralists finally powerful enough to take on that MMM ball of Tarson. Medevac's nothing really to heal here, as we just see a surround from the Zerg player. These Ultralists with the 3 armor, 4 total, just not taking much damage from these Marauders and these Marines. And this is going to have to be GG from Tarson here as soon as these Zerglings, which continue to stream in, take out these last few units. Looks like 4 more Ultralists in the production tab. So once Bly gets those in here, I'm not sure Tarson's going to have much to say. More Zerglings pouring into the base here, trying to take down these production buildings. As multiple barracks are burning, looks like Bly is going to be able to take this 3rd game and force a game 4. So we saw Bly do a lot of good things in this game that he did not do in the first 2 games. He stayed back, played pretty defensive, was able to establish multiple bases there, finally teched up with a few mutas, didn't use too effectively, but then finally Ultralists and so many Banelings and Zerglings, and then the critical mistake at this choke point. Tarson, if he was sieged up here and was able to take on the Zerg in a small choke here, he might have had a chance, or if he was sieged up top here and the Zerglings had to run all the way around up the ramp, he could have taken down that army quite easily. 5 siege tanks should have been enough to take them down, as well as all those Marauders and Marines, but it was just a horrible job. The siege tanks got left out to dry by their barracks buddies, and he eventually went down there. So Bly does take this 3rd game. We will have a game 4 in this best of 5. Bly was going to have to win the next 2. He's put on a serious face this time. No good luck or good game at the start. And Tarson's going to have to try to win one of these last 2 games to take this Craft Cup Finals. So I will cast game 4 right now. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you there.